Woo! Monday Night Raw. What's up, guys? It's Chase Oliver here, bringing you my Monday Night Raw review for the Raw last night. I didn't review Raw last night because I said I was feeling sick. Instead, I uploaded another video where I want Brock Lesnar to be the WWE Heavyweight Champion. Go check out that video right now. And while you're also on my channel, check out my top 5 favorite black wrestlers for Black History Month, damn it. Check out those videos. Those are good content videos. Check them out. But anyways, time for me to review Monday Night Raw. So we kick off the show with the usual, the Breakfast Club because that's what you want to see. Triple H and Stephanie talking about the business of the WWE, how it's better than ever, and all this other shit that they like to spew. And all of a sudden, out comes Randy Orton to do his usual, why am I not the face? I'm sorry for being a dick, blah, blah, blah. The usual Randy Orton promo of the week. You know the deal. It's always the same bunch of idiots starting off the show. And then all of a sudden, yes, here comes Daniel Bryan to save the day. Daniel Bryan mentions the storyline in 2009 with Randy Orton. That shit was hilarious because I was like, come on. Don't you remember Triple H in 2009? Randy Orton was like punning your fucking family and kissing your wife. They brought up that storyline, which I thought was a hilarious bit. And pretty much Daniel Bryan, he wants a match with Kane. Apparently, Kane's not in the building tonight. Kane has a week off. He got a week leave of absence, according to Stephanie McMahon, which was bullshit, by the way, because he showed up later in the show. Then Triple H just said, you want a match? Because Daniel Bryan tonight, you're going to be facing no one. Pretty much great build-up for Triple H and Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania 30. That match is happening at WrestleMania 30. You guys can deny it all you want. You guys can believe that Daniel Bryan wins the Elimination Chamber because he can win the Elimination Chamber match, but he could just drop the title the next night on Raw. Just saying. It's a possibility. It's not like if he wins a Chamber match, all of a sudden he punches his ticket to WrestleMania. No. They'll find a way to screw Daniel Bryan over to get Triple H his paycheck, brother. But when it comes down to the end of the day is, later on in the show, like I said, Kane was not gone from the building. Kane came out. Who cares? Daniel Bryan came out. Cool little brawl between Kane and Daniel Bryan. They're probably going to have a match before WrestleMania to set up the Triple H and Daniel Bryan match. And honestly, I'm really digging this Triple H and Daniel Bryan feud. I know it's not the feud every Daniel Bryan fan wants. They want him for the championship and everything. But for me personally as a viewer, I actually like this feud a lot more. I think it makes more sense with Daniel Bryan than CM Punk when CM Punk was in this role. Because apparently Punk was supposed to face Triple H. But I find Daniel Bryan a much more logical choice, a much more fresher choice for Triple H. We haven't seen Triple H and Daniel Bryan wrestle ever. There's a lot more animosity towards those two that I think would tell a great story in the ring. So I'm fine with it. I think Triple H is a great performer for Daniel Bryan to go against at WrestleMania. And I feel some of their mic segments have been some of the better parts of Monday Night Raw just because Triple H is known for being a pretty damn good talker. And Daniel Bryan is improving every single damn week on that microphone. Alrighty then, let's talk about the tag team match, which featured Christian and Sheamus teaming up to face off against Cesaro and Jack Swagger. Now, WWE, do you notice how Antonio Cesaro is getting cheered during this whole fucking match? Do you notice how Christian and Sheamus, guys who are considered faces, are getting booed when they face Cesaro? Now, they won't listen to me. The WWE might turn them heel, but in all honesty, Antonio Cesaro should be a babyface soon enough. I'm not asking for Antonio Cesaro to be a world heavyweight champion. I'm not that extreme. All I'm asking for is for you guys to turn him babyface soon. And I would love to see a match between him and Jack Swagger. I really think that would be a good match. Honestly, Jack Swagger, what do you get if you turn him face? Nothing. You get nothing out of this. Jack Swagger becoming a face is just lame. What is he going to do? Go back to doing push-ups and doing his swagger run? That's it. That's all he's going to do. Antonio Cesaro has a babyface moveset. I love the part in the match where Cesaro and Sheamus were like fighting each other. That shit was sick. Because Cesaro was doing the uppercut. Sheamus was punching him. Uppercut, punch, uppercut. That brawl was fucking insane. And I loved it. But what I loved about this match the most is that 3 guys in the chamber got featured. Just saying, hey, look, Sheamus, he's in the chamber. Christian, he's in the chamber. Cesaro, he's in the chamber. Jack Swagger's his tag team partner. Who gives a shit about him? You don't even need to worry about Jack Swagger because he got pinned in this match. Jack Swagger got pinned. None of the chamber guys got hurt in this match. I like that. Fine with me. Awesome build-up. Now we move on forward to the Shield and Wyatt build-up. Wyatt had a 6-man tag earlier in the night against Rey Mysterio and the Rhodes Dynasty, or the Brotherhood, whatever they call themselves nowadays. Had a 6-man tag match. Standard 6-man tag match. Not a match I would suggest you to go check out. Saving Abigail on Rey Mysterio was pretty fucking sick. That looks like a sick finisher that can come out of nowhere for Bray Wyatt. I hope to see more variations of how he can use that finisher. I think that would be very damn interesting what these guys do. Santino Marella and Fandango had a blow-off match. Yeah, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about this whatsoever? I don't. Entertaining! I don't find that entertaining. I'm not sports entertained right now. But the Shield and Wyatt stuff, before, let's just talk about that. Backstage segment where they called out Dean Ambrose for not defending the United States Championship. And so Dean Ambrose was like, oh, I'm just going to do an open invitation then. And so he has an open invitation. And the whole night, WWE has been promoting the return of one man. They were promoting this guy's return, and he returns. Mark fucking Henry. Mark Henry returns, and I said this. All right, you have Mark Henry return, squash Dean Ambrose. That's it. I know people are like, but Chase, you can't just squash Dean Ambrose. No. You want Mark Henry to look like a beast returning? You just have him come out here, World's Strongest Slam Dean Ambrose, and then afterwards, you can have a big matchup with Big E Langston taking on Mark Henry at WrestleMania to unify the belts. I think that would be a great story. But no. They actually have a match. A bad match. Dean Ambrose and Mark Henry. A boring match. That doesn't even matter because Seth Rollins interferes. Because Dean Ambrose needs all the fucking help in the world, apparently. So pretty much Mark Henry gets his ass kicked by the Shield. And this big return we were hyping up the whole fucking night means absolutely fucking nothing. Waste of fucking time. Way to ruin a fucking big return in Mark Henry. Especially on Black History Month. Fucking assholes, those WWE guys. Fuck you. Yeah, we got a good little stare down between the Shield and the Wyatts, but I didn't give a fuck. They buried Mark Henry here. They buried Mark Henry. What in the blue hell did this accomplish besides the Shield and Wyatt stare down? I'm excited for the match between the Shield and the Wyatts. That's just apparent. They're 2 3-man factions that are really hot right now in the WWE. I'm excited for that shit. But poor Mark Henry has to be the guy that gets buried in this situation. Get the fuck out of here. The Usos beat Rybaxel. That was a good tag match. The Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were on commentary. Betty White fucking spiked her teeth, so they had to take shits. Pretty funny, I guess. Betty White pulling pranks. What she does on her TV show that she has on NBC. Who cares? Sick finish by the Usos, though. So, Usos win. They're going to win the belts at Mania. Let's just move on. The Elimination Chamber is such a throwaway pay-per-view. No, like, we already know what's going to happen. Okay, Del Rio and Ziggler had a match. And Ziggler was pretty much doing everything in the match. Went 3 minutes. Del Rio hits the kick finisher that he has. Del Rio wins. Ziggler gets buried. Out comes Batista. Batista looks really good here where he spears Del Rio. I thought that was a good spear. And then all of a sudden, he powerbombs Del Rio through the table. Bam. Batista looks like a dominant force. Del Rio gets buried. Ziggler gets buried. Triple H approves of this segment. And in fact, Triple H approved of it so much, he gave Batista a match against Alberto Del Rio at Elimination Chamber for him to blow off some steam. Honestly, to be honest, I'm not excited for Batista and Del Rio. I just don't care about their feud. That should have been the ending to the feud. This Batista bomb through a damn table. That should be the ending. Will they put on a good match? Yeah, Del Rio's a good worker, and I'm pretty sure Batista is in much better ring shape than he was at the Rumble, so hopefully he doesn't get gassed the fuck out, so that way they don't have a bad match, but I don't care. I just don't. Oh, speaking of shit I don't care about, Divas. Ugh. There's only one diva I care about, and I'm going to talk about her after this segment. AJ Lee is going to lose the title at WrestleMania. She's just a transitional champion to Nikki Bella. I am saying this because you people need to understand that's what the WWE wants. Don't believe this bullshit that Nikki Bella lost to AJ Lee a couple weeks on SmackDown. That was just a facade. No one watches SmackDown. They know this. They're saving the real match at WrestleMania 30 where Nikki Bella reigns supreme. That's just it. So let's just move on forward and talk about a real women's wrestler. A woman that made the Attitude Era awesome. Everyone likes to jizz over Trish Stratus, and for good reason. She's hot. But this woman right here, this woman was the woman that almost every guy loved in the Attitude Era, and that's Lita. Amy Dumas. And I'm happy Lita's in the Hall of Fame. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, was Lita put in the Hall of Fame to give a big middle finger to CM Punk? No, I don't think so. I think Lita is so damn deserving of being a Hall of Famer. I mean, she was a huge part in the Hardy Boys tag team. Like, Team Extreme was not the was big because of Lita. She was a big part of the Matt and Jeff feud in 2001. She was innovative as hell. She had no problem mixing up with the guys. Like, she would pretty much like hurricane almost every dude that she could possibly do in a match. I remember WrestleMania 17. She took crazy ass bumps. Hell, some of her later career work, yeah, wasn't some of her best, but her and Trish Stratus are the only two women to main event a Monday Night Raw for the women's title. Her and Trish Stratus has had awesome matches over the years. Not only that, her stuff with Edge was pretty damn good. She's always been a main diva they use in plot lines. You know, remember when she was pregnant and Snitsky aborted the baby? She has done so much. She has been a main attraction woman for the WWE. She deserves this Hall of Fame, and I'm happy that she's in the Hall of Fame. Great job, Lita. All right, time to talk about the main event between Randy Orton and John Cena. Well, let's see. Randy Orton lost to Daniel Bryan on Raw. He's going to win on the match on SmackDown. That's guaranteed because no one watches SmackDown. So, John Cena has not won in a while. Let's face it. He hasn't won in a while, people. You got to understand that. He hasn't won in a while. When it comes down to one-on-one victories, he hasn't won in a while. John Cena hasn't won in a while. Randy Orton beat Christian on SmackDown that no one watches. So, Randy Orton is going to lose to John Cena here. That was a fact. You did not even need to think about this. And I said it last week in my review. Randy Orton will keep on losing just so that way we're like, oh no, how can Randy Orton win a chamber match? And then he ends up winning it. Why is he being booked like a babyface? Makes no damn sense. I'm sorry, man. He's being booked like a babyface. The last week with Daniel Bryan match, he was working like a babyface and being booked like a babyface, minus the ending where Kane and Randy Orton attacked Daniel Bryan. And this week, he's being more booked like a babyface. Like, what is with this? I don't know what Randy Orton's character is. The John Cena Randy Orton match itself, standard Orton John Cena match, like the ending, they always find a way to do a creative ending between these two. That's about it. But other than that, just a standard Randy Orton John Cena match. Headlock, Cena move, headlock, Cena move, power slam, headlock, Cena move, headlock, power slam, Randy Orton move, RKOs, AA, RKO, AA. Cena pulled out the Fame Acer off the top rope. That was weird. I didn't think he did that move anymore. But yeah, Cena wins. They just want you to make you think that Cena's going to win at the Chamber when we know he's not. You know Cena's not going to win at the Chamber. Come on. Why would Cena win at the Chamber? It would make no sense. They're just trying to make him look super strong because he hasn't won in a while. So that's why he had to win tonight, folks. But anyways, Monday Night Raw tonight. Like I said, I thought some of the booking they did was pretty damn good. Entertainment-wise, the matches, I thought they delivered on the most part. Not a great episode of Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to go that far because none of the stuff was like revolutionary. It's kind of predictable, kind of like you knew that was going to happen. So I'm not going to really say that this show was perfect. I'm not going to say the show was great. Was it a good show? To some degree. There were some lulling points to the end. When half the people don't really care about your main event, that's when you know you have a problem. Because on the Twitter, I was seeing people make WWE porn names. I was having it where people were talking about Kansas and Kansas State instead of the main event match. So maybe there's a problem there with that. Other than that, I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, check out all my other videos if you can. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOffice68. I'm out of here. Peace.